Hi, and welcome to Can I Cook You Something? I'm Melanie, and I'm here with Robin. We are in the Magical Butter Kitchen, and I'm here with Chef Renee, and she's going to tell us a little bit about magic butter and how they became to be.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Here in the kitchen of Magical Butter, wanted to introduce our apparatus that was created by Garen Angel. It was created for a friend of his that had Crohn's disease. And it was really important for him to eat and get medicine, and this was the best way to do it. He came up with a machine where his friend could have magical butter and tinctures made all in simple one touch. That's it. It's a drop and go. And this botanical extraction machine can do all types of extractions. So not only does it work with cannabis, but it also works with all types of herbs.
Rosemary.
Rosemary,
Vanilla, cinnamon,
mushroom tinctures, all types of things can be made in this. One of my favorite things to do that's not even infused is to make applesauce in here. I love it. So really it's a drop and go, a very simple 4-step process, all natural. There's nothing that can leach into your medicine, and it's been fabulous. You can make tons of things, tons, not just butter or tinctures or oils. You can make real great foods and recipes.
Chef Renee, I've actually seen this machine make some great pineapple infused rum.
Really?
Which in Florida is the perfect thing to put into your magic butter machine.
For sure. We've had a couple of mixologists. Our buddy Warren, he has a book regarding using this with making some mixology drinks. We have Jordan and I have made a lemonade nectar on here that was infused.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like that was super refreshing, and yeah, it was really good.
I bet, yes.
For sure.
Well, we're excited to be here, and what a great friend to be able to make this product for his best buddy who was sick.
For
That's
sure.
a beautiful story.
It is.
What a
And
great way to get started in a company, out of love.
out of love, and we strive. Everything that we do here in Magical Butter, we do it all with our love foot forward. Everything is about one love here. What can we do to help everyone else? We selfishly put ourselves last, and we just say, what can we do for our MB family? We get a lot of calls, a lot of emails, I as well personally. So really, we focus on putting our love foot forward and helping as many people as we can. It's really our motto here.
It's wonderful.
This is, you guys have simplified the process for
We
people making medicine at home for themselves, whether they're using cannabis or rosemary, all of those sorts of different products can be used in here. But could you tell us how you simplified this? And I just want to make one note.
Yes.
Garen Angel, just put that together because I feel like there should be angels singing from this kitchen because you guys have so much fun here, but you take seriously what you've put together for us.
For sure.
Can you explain how simple this is for us?
Yeah, and I'm gonna just a little bit, it's personal to me. So this machine not only is something that I come in to help other people, but this machine provides my medicine for myself as well. I'm an autoimmune patient. I have celiac disease for 11 years. I was diagnosed in August of 2007, and my friend Max actually said to me, hey Renee, have you ever heard of a magical butter machine? I had problems eating food and such because, I was always constantly checking my food, so the acid was just destroying me.
Wow.
So when he came to me with the original magical butter machine, that's how long I've been doing this, we really have simplified it. So I'll go through like my personal process and what we tell everybody else. It is a 4-step process. Here's our lovely machine, as you can see it. and it's fun. It has lights on it, and it sounds like a rocket when it's making your meds. So like, you just kind of have fun, and you know that like, this is not big pharma. Like, this is saving my life, and it's fun while doing it. So our first step is going to be, yes, with the decarb box. So there's a pretty big word that goes along with this.
Let's see who can say it.
Yeah, I'm like, I knew that they were going to try me today. I knew this. Okay, do you guys want me to try it?
On 3, let's all say it at once.
All right.
1, 2.
Decarboxylation.
That's the decarb box.
Yes, we simplify it and we call it the decarb box. Very easy, one word. This is a baking shell. Okay, so this is a silicone baking shell, just like this, and it does come with a thermometer. And pretty much what this does is it helps to activate your botanicals. So you would put your cannabis in here, set and go. Pretty much like this. In your oven, set the temperature to 30 minutes, and go from there.
That must help to contain some of the smells as well when people are trying to keep from all the neighbors gathering at their house for a party.
Correct. I had somebody on the MBU say that, you know, if he used to do it a different process, and that he felt like the whole neighborhood wanted to show up at his door.
Right. They know, hey, you're
know?
cooking. Can I come over?
Right, you're cooking. What is that
party.
wonderful smell coming from your house? But yeah, so like I said, there's a thermometer comes with it. It's about precision. It's very, very easy. You just drop and go. Same thing with the machine. So your first step is going to be your decarb box.
At TrueLeaf, we strive to bring you the relief you need in a product you can trust. Our products are designed to alleviate symptoms associated with serious medical conditions. Are you a true leaver?
Hi, we're back with Can I Cook You Something on the CRW network with Melanie, and we're here with Chef CBD Mary.
Hey.
Nice to have you here. Before we do some cooking with CBD, which you have some great recipes you're bringing to us, you have a story about how you became so passionate about this plant. Do you want to share that with us to start with?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, everybody, for inviting us to be here. And thank you to Magical Butter Studios for letting us come in and shoot here. Chef Renee as well, big shout out to you.
Yes, thanks.
I think probably what inspires me about all of us, and I think we all share the journey about where we are now with cannabis and with cannabinoids and finding our way to a healthy body. The AMA calls it homeostasis. I think that's such a cool word, right? Homeostasis.
Homeostasis.
Don't we all want to be in homeostasis?
Yes.
But my journey really started personally. You know, I was diagnosed with PTSD. They introduced me to a doctor that said, here's 15 prescriptions that we can give you, and the first one is Prozac.
Oh, goodness.
And I had known a woman years and years ago that had been taking Prozac, and I used to ask her, what's the difference in your life before and after? And she said, you know, Mary, I used to go to work, and it was cold and it was miserable, and I hated it completely, and I was miserable. And she said, now I take the Prozac, and nothing has changed. I just don't give a shit anymore. And I
that's
thought,
no
you
way
know,
to live.
right, what quality of life is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so through research, and then my friend had Crohn's disease, and so we tried to find our way with help through medical medium and through CBD and cannabidiol to help her, and showing things like juicing and the way that you really are what you eat. I used to be really heavy. I think, you know, you and I talked about it a little bit earlier, and trying to find a way back to health is learning what food is. And when you ingest it, what it's going to do to you. And so they have this list, you know, everybody gives you a list of what's a vegetable, what's a vegetable. And you see all these plates with corn and potatoes, and I'm like,
Oh, goodness.
please don't do that. You know, let's talk about something green or something orange, or, you know, how about some color in there, because you really are what you eat. And we're not meant to eat out of a box. You
So
know,
true,
when
so true.
These nuts and this fruit come from the ground and from trees, with no chemicals in them. That's what I love about CBD, right? You take a whole plant that can heal the earth just on its own. I mean, they planted this plant in Chernobyl to get rid of chemical and nuclear pollution, right?
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know
Oh my
that
God.
one.
Oh my God, yeah. Yes.
Mary's always teaching something.
Always
I love it.
something new.
I love it. So CBD, imagine if it can do that for the earth, what it can do for us.
Wow.
And so,
I've put lots more than Chernobyl in here.
oh,
let me
hello,
tell you.
honey. Oh, my God. Haven't we all, right? Right.
So your passion for the plant led you into a vocation. You actually are doing a business with this where you actually help people sample what you're talking about, right?
I do. You know, it started for me, cooking with CBD started for me. A friend of mine has a kava kratom bar trying to help people understand how they can get off opioids and how natural plant medicine can help them. And so they have CBD and they offer CBD to their customers. So they were having a grand opening and I decided to offer to make CBD ice cream. I mean, how cool is that?
Wonderful.
It's kind of my dream. I've been this ice cream kind of junkie and secret for years. And so I plugged in, can you imagine, in somebody's house, right? 4 separate ice cream makers, you know, the churn, one Saturday, and drove my cats and my next door neighbors crazy. But we made all this CBD ice cream and it was a huge hit. And I thought, okay, so there's something to this. And maybe since most everybody doesn't know anything about it, and most of my friends' experiences have been spend a lot of money, not get a lot of medicine or a lot of CBD and the full plant spectrum that you need. You know, so whole plant is really the way to go with CBD, which is why I love what you guys are doing. It's really fabulous. It's one of my favorite CBD products because you take whole plant medicine and you use this CBD cannabidiol, which needs a little bit of a fat to go and do its thing within you to get you to homeostasis, right? And you use a little coconut, which you can't beat much more pure than that, right?
Right.
And there's benefits to the coconut as well. So it's really a great way to ingest your CBD. And one of the things that I found, especially with MS patients, with the people that I talk to with Alzheimer's, some of my clients that I cook for, depending on what you're dealing with, really depends on the amount of CBD you need to take every day. And so if you're a person that doesn't have a lot of pain and you want to just stay in great health, that's one number and that's one conversation. But one of the things I found in doing educational dinners is several people will come, but more people come after the dinner that didn't come. So they didn't really have the ability to step up and say, I want to know more. But then when it wasn't in front of a lot of people, they really wanted to know more.
So
And
scared to try it, but we're interested.
But still want to know. I think, you know, I
Like
come.
on the periphery, they'd like to learn.
Yeah,
without
well, you
getting
know,
too-
what is it, and I
Yes,
don't want to get
right.
stoned, and please
Yes.
don't hurt me, and
Well, I don't want to come out green yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're
you know,
working with both CBD, and if somebody has a medical card, you're also infusing cannabis for
I am.
their products.
I am
That was
a
that was
card
an
holder
important-
myself.
That was an important part that you said, depending upon what they're dealing with,
Yeah.
is how much CBD or THC or the cannabis that they'll want in their diet.
Completely.
And you find that everyone is different?
Everyone is different, and it also, I think, if we go to a regular doctor, they're going to say, what's wrong with you? Let's treat that, right? Okay, so if you have a conversation, or if Renee or I have a conversation with somebody, it's about not just what's going on with you, but what's your life like, and what are you eating, and what is your daily routine, because you have to treat homeostasis again, right? You have to treat the whole patient with a whole plant. You have to treat that whole person and what's going on with them. I watched this video from a doctor from the AMA, and it was such a cool visual, and I'm such a visual person. And he used a mobile, right? You know, that used to hang in your kids' rooms and stuff. And he said, you know, when you get a prescription, what happens is it treats that one thing that's broken, but it's still broken and it's still over here. So the rest of the mobile is still out of whack, right?
Off balance.
Right.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Right? So because it doesn't treat the whole plant or the whole person or the whole illness, it's treating the back pain or the migraine, not why do you have it and where does it come from and what other parts of you are affected by it. So again, the mobile is tilted off center. So with CBD, what happens is it is a whole spectrum, whole homeostasis effect. And so there's no disguising pain. There's no disguising what's going on. There's like, oh my gosh, this is what's happening. Let's get you back to normal. Let's get you a great quality of life. So whether you're an Alzheimer's person that needs 2,500 milligrams of CBD every day, I've heard a woman talk about her grandfather. Oh my God, you guys are going to cry. 6 months ago, he was in a chair. His feet were tilted out. He could barely communicate with his wife. There wasn't a whole lot of quality of life for him or for his family. And so his daughter got involved, daughter-in-law got involved with a CBD company. And so they thought, well, we're going to try this just to see. And within about a week, they started to see a little movement. And it really was a slow progression and an upping of how much CBD he needed. But eventually, within about 2 or 3 months, he was walking, which he had not done.
Oh my
Sitting in a chair, having conversations. Now, granted, they're watching, they're watching Netflix and they're watching old shows from when their kids were
Right.
small and stuff, but there's still an ability to have a quality of life that
quality
didn't
of life.
exist there
It
before.
did not
Quality of
exist.
life.
No,
And
I've
look what
got-
it gave that family back.
I have a friend that has MS in Palm Harbor. She can now leave her house. She can go out to lunch with her friends
The stories
because of CBD.
the stories of what CBD has done have just been miraculous, and I love the passion that you have for this and cooking. Now, when we come back, we're going to be actually walking through some of these recipes, this delightful food that you have in front of us, on how to prepare this for ourselves at home. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, we're here with the CRW Network. We'll be back with Chef Mary right after this.
We are back at CannaCook You Something, exclusively on CRW Network. I'm here today at Magical Butter Kitchen, and I have CBD Chef Mary. She's going to show us all about a vegan net spread infused with CBD. Mary,
Hey.
I'm excited about this recipe.
I am too. You know, one of the things that I find, and I think a lot of people find, is that they want to have that peanut buttery, nut buttery experience. And especially if you're dealing with trying to get CBD or full spectrum into a child, a nut butter is a great way to do that. But if you look on the back of a jar, whoa, there's things on the back of there you can't pronounce.
Right.
So this is such an easy way to incorporate nut butter into your life. You can add all kinds of different flavors. This is basically 3 cups of roasted and salted almonds. That's it. I buy the almonds raw. And so I roast them and salt them after. So that's a really quick cook, 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes. Check your oven at about 10 minutes. Once you start to smell them, it'll be time to pull them out because they'll still be a little warm on the inside. So you want to pull them out so the cooking stops not on the inside of the oven but on the outside so they can cool. And then that's when you add the salt because then the molecules of the nuts are open, so they're more receptive to the dusting of the salt. So make sure you use a really fine salt, no table salt. Use sea salt or kosher salt, please. Iodized salt brings no value to your life, but kosher salt and sea salt do.
Wow.
So-
Learning new things all the time.
Isn't that great? So this is 3 cups of our roasted almonds, and the recipe actually calls for 3 tablespoons of oil. But instead of that, I like to incorporate my CBD in there. So what I've done is just put a touch of grapeseed oil, and we're going to add some of our CBD. And why I love this particularly is because of the coconut extract that's in it. Oh, and see, you can see all of that coming out. Oh man, that's just beautiful.
Real food.
It is, isn't it? And for me, especially full plant is so important. And so if you can add a full plant oil or a full plant like hemp oil is very good for you. But the coconut oil adds a very healthy fat as long as you're careful about be careful, this is going to get a little noisy. So I'm going to get to you first before we get started. There's like a 3-step process with this. You're going to do the first thing. It's going to be a little crunchy, so it's going to look a lot like maybe cornmeal, something like that. And so then you just keep going until it starts to be just thin. So it's a little bit of a do it and scrape it and do it again. Ready?
All right, let's go.
And then your second step, coffee back there, don't nobody judge me, is going to be your extraction. And then that's step number 2.
And you just set it in there. You forget about it for 8 hours.
I love that you said forget about it because that is the whole entire thing. You never want to overthink the process. So you lift. It's what it looks like. It's got a little grinder apparatus on the bottom of it. You drop your herb in there, your CBD nugs, whatever it may be. And then you put the lid on. Really simple. And then there's some one-touch buttons here, and that's what it's all about. It is all about the one-touch button. And then you can just extract, leave, go, and then enjoy. You would put this into, when you're done, you would take like, it's the step number 3, which is the purification. But it's pretty much, and this does come with the bundle. Purification bag.
So
And-
all your botanicals get caught there in the bottom.
Correct.
Not
Nice
in your
mesh.
medicine.
And what we like to call it is sludge. Now, we are a no waste facility, and we like to teach you that you can take your sludge and you can use it for other things as well. So,
Terrific.
yeah, you never have to take and throw away. So it's 100% medicine.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, no waste.
Terrific.
I love that. Now, I was looking at the decard box. With the lid on it, are you saving terpenes? Like you're not burning them up and
Correct.
going out?
No.
So they're staying
Yes.
with it.
Correct.
So
It's
by-
the happy shell.
Ah.
That's what we like to call. So there is no waste, and that's again back to the simplification and the easy 1, 2, 3, enjoy.
This almost
Wow.
makes like your very own science lab in your kitchen.
Yes, and it's fun. You know, I tell people that it is really an easy process, and depending on what your ailment is, or maybe you don't have an ailment, and you're a recreational user, there is no judgments. So we help on all different types of level. But if you have RA, Crohn's disease, celiac disease, anxiety, post-traumatic stress syndrome, cancer, I mean, the list is never ending down to we make a intimacy lube. We have recipes for all types of things. Randy Seether just did, she's our homegirl here, she's our marketing guru, and Randy just did a article about suppositories, Canna suppositories that helps her. So the medicine doesn't end. It's not a, hey dude, you want, really like blow that stigma away, because
That's not the way it is.
yeah, that's not the way it is. You can look up some of our hashtags, and eat to treat is one of them.
Ah,
Okay.
eat to treat.
Yes, because you are eating to treat. I eat to treat inflammation in my gut. I really do enjoy food. So, it's important. And nutrients. And what people don't understand is a lot of people have a big smile on their face, but on the insides, they're hurting. And whether that could be depression or a simple, I couldn't get my food down this morning, it's coming back up, or heartburn, GERD. I mean, do the research. And when you do the research, you question the research, and then just keep questioning, learning. You can ask our customer service, Kenny. He's amazing. You can
I
send.
love calling into your customer
Yes.
service because talk about fun.
Aren't we great?
Oh man, you know that you've reached a different company when you
Yes.
get the other line. It's like, you guys are having fun. It comes
Yes, because the minute we walk in here, we walk in with like our Love Fit Forward. So like, we're all like, good morning, how are you? How are you? Did you need some coffee? Are you okay? How are you feeling today? I brought tea for, our producer because he wasn't feeling very good. So we really have all of our backs here. We're friends. We keep in contact. We lift each other up, which is the most important. Chris and Randy and Garen, they do a lot of traveling. So we want to make sure that we're sending them the most positive energy, positive vibes, letting them know we're home, we're waiting for you with our arms open.
I love that. It's just such a great company. Well, I love your passion, Chef Renee.
Thank
I mean,
you.
that shows. It shows in the product and the
Thank
recipes.
you so much.
Now, it
It's-
seems like it's probably pretty straightforward for me, but what, beyond the botanical, what do they put in there? Do they use alcohol? Do they,
Sure. So
butter is
yeah, so we do sell molds for butter, and you can make vegan butter with this. We use clarified butter, which is ghee. You can clarify it yourself. We teach you how to do that, or you can just buy ghee. You can also use a tincture. So pretty much MBO, is like our oils. We have MB, our magical butter. We can make so much in this. We're really not limited at all.
That's
and
fantastic.
you offer a lot of those suggestions on your website. Is that how do we find you?
all of them. You can find us at magicalbutter.com, and then you can become a part of our family over at Magical Butter United. And that's a group where we have over 30,000 members that produce their stories, recipes. They show us their pictures of the things that they've made in the magical butter. Some of them put videos of their rocket going on. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and we all try to help. So if you feel intimidated, you can always ask the question on the website. I get a lot of private messages. We do not judge. It is all about unity and coming together and being magical and creating the best of the best.
That's
Wow.
terrific.
Chef Renee, thank you so much. Thanks for letting us
I
use
don't
your
do
kitchen.
this. I do this. Thank you so
Look
much for having me.
forward.
Thank
Yes.
you very, very much.
I'm
Yes.
Melanie, this is Robin, and you're watching Can I Cook You Something on exclusively on CRW Network.
CR Honey Help. Full spectrum hemp infused honey sticks. Made with 100% US grade A natural wildflower honey. 12 milligrams per stick. Each honey stick holds up to 1 tablespoon. Only 15 calories per honey stick. No artificial colors or ingredients. Kosher certified by the Orthodox Union.
All right. So just so everybody knows, I know it's kind of loud over there. If you're a vegan, one of the things that I love is now there's vegan chocolate available. I got this at
Yes.
one of the local grocery stores, one of the specialty grocery stores that we now have, so available everywhere. So check those markets. There's 3 or 4 different kinds of those. If you're just a hardcore chocolate person, any drops or any chocolate morsels are fine. Pick your flavor. You know, normally for a nut spread, it's hazelnuts and milk chocolate, but I'm not that girl. So I pick almonds and dark chocolate because we go for health.
Yes.
Dark chocolate, good for you. Almonds, good for you.
Beautiful.
I'm going to go right back over here.
I love it.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, that really changed.
See, so you can already see.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
See, we're starting to get to almond butter. Mm-hmm. All right, so just another spin or two, and we will be there. And then we're going to put it in that bowl, and we're going to add that chocolate, and we're going to have a chocolate almond spread.
That sounds yummy. Now you picked vegan,
I did.
and is there sugar in there? Is that the?
There's no sugar. There's nothing in here. There's almonds.
Wow. Because I know you're anti-sugar.
Well, you know, I think you have to be careful with sugar. I have to confess, I'm a little bit like Renee, man. I have two scoops of sugar in my coffee in the morning. But because we're in Florida, I've tried to be real careful and really aware of big sugar. So I know I buy Mexican sugar, but I still put sugar in my coffee, which is sad. But I do use my honey and my tea, and I try to cook with agave when I make pastry cream. When I'm using almond milk and things like that, I'll use agave. I try to stay away from stevia. I don't necessarily trust it. I'd rather go as close to a plant as I can get.
Right.
So if we're going to use plants, you know, let's add fruit. You know, let's figure out a way to use apples or bananas or some kind of other kind of fruit, some kind of fruit juice to give you the ability to have something sweet or a sweet note in what you're doing.
You also use maple.
I
syrup,
do. Oh
right?
my gosh, I do. And in fact, I should turn that back on. But one of my favorite nut butters that I made last night to share with you guys is a pecan butter. And this pecan butter is actually just pecans.
Delightful.
But I love it that you could do like maybe a French toast or something, so you can even add maple or vanilla as you're making your nut butter
That sounds
and change up your flavor. And for all my guy friends that love it, not just sweet but a little hot, you can certainly throw in, no matter what nut, you can throw in some cumin. You could throw in some chili powder. You could certainly spice it up and find another way to use it. It's also great on pasta. If you want to make a little sauce, add a little oil and put your little nut butter on a sauce.
One more time.
Here we go. How about voila, we're going to claim it's done.
Voila.
Right? Oh man, it looks amazing. Can you smell?
Yes.
Yes, as soon as you pull off the aroma is fabulous.
Okay. So I'm gonna add the nut butter to our
Along
bowl.
with the chocolate is heaven in here.
All right, and we're gonna bring this over and we're gonna pour our chocolate in. It's really simple. It's just your nut butter that you've just finished. Okay, so hang on, I know I got a spoon. You guys have gotta taste
Look at
this.
how beautifully creamy that is. Mmm. Oh, heaven. Mmm.
Warm still.
Right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's delightful.
So you still get a little nut, right? You got a little bit of crunch. If you need, like I said, if you need creamy, you know,
it's
you
pretty
can,
creamy.
Creamy.
Okay, because you
Very
can
creamy.
always go to your blender from this step, especially when you're thinking about kids or adding this to another recipe. If you might want to make nut butter cookies or something like that. All right, so we're just going to take our chocolate that was merely just on a warm double boiler, and we're going to pour our chocolate into our nut mixture. Sorry, guys, can you see that?
And for
Yeah,
those of you
is that all
who
right?
aren't novices, a double boiler is just a pan where a pot fits in on top and can melt it.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to mix our nut butter,
Oh,
right?
this is
Okay, I just got it.
You do, it's aromatherapy.
it is. I wish
It
we
is
had
right.
smell-o-vision.
I know, in dark chocolate, you know, that's what one of the things I love about taking control of your medicine is you can make it fit whatever you need. You can make your nutritional needs fit whatever you have. You know, if you can't do peanuts, you can probably do almonds. Milk chocolate, again, for people that aren't doing milk, you know, a dark chocolate. There's so much opportunity with dark chocolate now. So you have the cacao, you have all those other opportunities. So it was just a simple mix like this. You guys, you can put it, hang on, I've got a mason jar full that I made.
This looks a lot like that national brand that is advertised in a small jar where people are buying it off the shelves. But
It's
it
true.
has one
And
of the
paying $10 for something this
for a
big.
small jar.
And here you go, you can make
Okay,
your own.
so
Economically made
what's
this,
in
and-
here?
We have chocolate and nuts.
Right. Okay, so what's in that other jar?
Right. There are some ingredients in there that I wouldn't want to put in my body.
There you go.
Some of my mechanics,
Even pronounce.
pronounce.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you see a kid not wanting this on their pancakes or?
Oh my.
Okay,
right?
so up here, just a few ways that you can turn your food into food. This makes a great way to keep your nut butter. So I have cashew butter, we have macadamia nut, we have pecan butter, and of course we've just finished the almond butter. I love to serve it with my friends, you know, put some nut butter in an apple. You can do apple slices. If you slice your apples really thin and just do them in a little bit of water with about a teaspoon of lemon, they won't turn color, so then you can put them out for your friends to
What a
nibble
great
on.
tip. Tell us that again.
Okay, so water with just about a teaspoon of lemon, and it'll help keep your apple from turning.
And you soak that apple because that's an apple base.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so beautiful.
Well, I like to use Mother Nature. You know, when this, you know, when okay, I don't have to wash this. My
No.
kids will eat this.
Right.
And then I did the
fun doing it.
bagels. Yeah, you know, and you need a healthy breakfast. One of the things that I found, especially for a lot of the people that I work with, is, and especially for women, protein seems to be lacking in our diet, and and there's a real confusion about how to find healthy proteins and what to do for. What to get, where's that protein? And a lot of times people rely on soy, and that's not necessarily for a woman the greatest choice. And so what I love about these nut butters is it brings a great healthy protein into your ability to have for a snack in the car, you know, with some celery on a bagel for breakfast. And it's not something that your kid's gonna turn down, and it's easy to turn into something you can share with your friends.
Oh, I love it. And, you know, it makes me think, we go to see a doctor and they give us medicine, but here you are, CBD Chef Mary. It's like you're our new doctor. You're making our medicine.
What I'm looking really for is just a way to have everybody have a better, healthy quality of life. I think if we each tell our story about the difference that CBD has made in our life, the difference that CBD has made in your life, in your life, in your life, you know, everybody's lives. Each person has a story to tell about themselves or their mother or their grandmother or their dad or their child. And it makes a difference. It really does make a difference. And so,
Well, giving them their life back. I mean,
Don't
just
you
those
think?
few examples that you've already given us, and it's being able to live again. That's a beautiful thing. And watching what you put in makes a big difference.
It does. It's about knowing your body and knowing what your body's going to do with the food that you put into it.
I love how you've incorporated CBD into a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you.
But then also creatively made it visually appealing, which, as we know, when we're selling this to children or to a patient who might have dementia, you have to sell them the visual of it. And
Right.
you've done a magical job of that here in the Magical Butter Kitchen.
Oh my goodness, fresh fruit and, and some organic bread and a little nut butter that takes 10 minutes to make yourself with 1 or 2 ingredients.
Very healthy.
It's easy to be healthy.
CBD Chef Mary, I am so excited. Now, we're going to be able to nosh this, and I'm sorry that y'all can't join us, but I am so thankful that you were here with us today. I learned so much. Those are great tips.
Oh my
Great
God.
tips.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you for joining us on Can I Cook You Something? I'm Melanie, this is Robin, and we are exclusively on CRW Network.